Are you making this common kettlebell training mistake and skipping your warm-up? Today, I'm going to take you through a 5-minute warm-up you can do before your kettlebell workouts. Let's get right into it. Hey, Forrest Vance here, owner of FVT Personal Training here in Sacramento, California, a personal trainer, kettlebell expert. And so if you want to optimize your workouts, if you want to stay strong and vibrant and flexible and injury-free, particularly into your 40s and 50s and 60s and beyond, then warming up is going to be a critical part of the process. This is something a lot of people either skip or skip over or rush through, but it's critical if you want to get the most out of your kettlebell workouts and check all the boxes that I already listed. So let's get right into this one. This is going to take around 5 minutes, and I'm going to do it with you. And so if you have a kettlebell, you can go ahead and grab that. If you don't, that's cool too. We'll give you some options where you can just do it with your body weight only. This is going to be kind of what we call like a dynamic warm-up. So this is the best way to prepare yourself. Research backs this. Static stretching and just holding stretches. You see a lot of people do that at the gym. They come over here, they do a toe touch, and they do a couple twists, and they just start working out. What we want to do is prepare our muscles, hit some hot spots that are commonly tight, need work on mobility, fire up the core. We're going to hit all those spots in this warm-up. So let's go ahead and start off. We're going to do about 30 seconds each here. We're going to start off with a seal jack. So what we're going to do here is jumping jack, but my hands are going to come out like this. So it's going to be nice and easy. I like this version of jumping jacks, especially since we're doing it kicking off right off the bat here. It's easier on the shoulders. We open up the chest and get a little flexibility here too at the same time. So we're going for 30 seconds on our seal jacks. We'll go about 5 more seconds here. You can just follow along right with me if you want to and get this thing going before your kettlebell workout. Okay, next we're going to go to a squat. Now if you have a kettlebell, you go ahead and grab your bell. If you don't, this can be done with just your body weight. But it is better, I think, to have this bell to counterbalance you and be able to sit into these squats. So what I'm going to have you do is sit into your squat. Sit back like we're sitting in that chair. Elbows are going to be inside your knees. Drop your hips. Look straight ahead. Take your elbows and kind of press out and rock back and forth here a little bit. Then I'll take a breath. Stand up. Let's do one more. Sit back into our squat. We're just going to kind of mobilize. So we got elbows inside the knees. Drop the hips, lift the chest. Get a little kind of almost slight little rock back and forth, tiny little bounce here. Take a breath, brace, stand up, go ahead and park that kettlebell. Next, we're just going to do an arm cross. Kind of like we did with these seal jacks. Just taking the seal jack out of the motion and just working on the upper body by itself. So as we kind of get going here, what I like to do is increase the distance of the arms. So now again, I'm stretching out the chest and the shoulders. If you sit down a lot, if you need to work on the upper body flexibility and posture, like so many of us do, this is giving us a little dynamic stretch. And again, opening that area of the body up just a little bit. We're going to go to a plank hold. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do a high plank. So I want you to come down. Hands will be right underneath your shoulders. So a couple of things to double check. I like to go feet together on the plank. Because what we're trying to do here is create maximum body tension. Feet together, knees together, thighs together, squeeze the glutes, pinch a coin, brace the abs, either look in front, in the middle of your hands or slightly in front of your hands. Hands should be right underneath your shoulders. We're staying really tight. And we're going to go ahead and rest. We're going to go ahead and come up. Last one we're going to do is we're going to work our hinge. If you're doing a kettlebell swing, that's why this warm-up is kind of kettlebell specific. If you have your bell, grab it. Again, if you're doing a kettlebell swing, this is the motion that you do when you're swinging. So what we're going to do is set up your feet like you're swinging, and we're going to hinge. No weight. We're just going to go down and either tap the kettlebell or just pretend like you have an imaginary kettlebell between your feet. So sit the hips back, tap the bell, and stand up. So a couple of checkpoints when you do this. Your hips should be higher than your knees, okay? if your hips are at the same level as your knees, you're getting too much squat when you're hinging, when you're swinging, when you're doing any of these movements where it requires a hip hinge. The other thing that we want to have is our shoulders higher than our hips. Okay? So hips higher than the knees, shoulders higher than the hips. I don't want to do this. Another common mistake, lock the legs out, round the back a little bit. We don't want to be swinging that way either. So this gives you a good chance to practice and warm up, but also go through this movement and range of motion at with no load and a lower speed. Let's just do one more is good, and then we're going to come right back to the top. We're going to roll through this one more time. We're going to try to kind of pick up the tempo a little bit and get you going a little bit more here. So ready, and go. Back to our seal jacks. This could even be a little mini, tiny little workout. If you have 5 minutes during the day, and you're like, I need to get something in, you can put this video on, follow along, get yourself mobilized, get yourself feeling good, and get back to your day. So keep going on your seal jacks. We're going to go like 5 more seconds right here on the seal jack. And let's rest. Good. So we're going to kind of progress these a little bit. Now we're going to go to our squats. Again, if you don't have a kettlebell, body weight's fine. But we are prepping you for a kettlebell workout. So probably you have a kettlebell. So let's go ahead and sit into our squat. Now no pause. Sit and stand up. So we're doing the same motion. Elbows hit the same part of my knees. Shoulders stay back. Abs stay engaged. Boom. Stand up. Take a big breath. Brace the abs. Sit into my squat. If you want to get a little pause, you certainly can. Take a big breath. Brace the abs. Sit. Stand back up. Good. That's your squats. Let's go ahead and go back. Now we're going to do an arm circle. So what I want you guys to do here, start with a small circle, work up to a bigger circle. So we're just working these arms and upper body a little bit more, but getting a little bit different range of motion. A little different thing going on here. Start with your small circles, work up to your bigger circles. Looking strong on this one, looking good. Nice job. Okay, now let's go ahead and go to our plank. I want you to pop down. We're going to do a low plank now. So here's my high plank. I'm going to pop down. I'm going to come to my low plank. So same idea. Feet together. Knees together. Squeeze the glutes. Have your elbows underneath your shoulders. Have your upper body tight. Look between your hands. Get this core fired up. Let's go ahead and rest. Last one. We're going to pop back up. I'm going to do a deadlift. This bell is very light, but that's fine. The idea being I'm going to practice this hinge. If you have no kettlebell, you can obviously stick with the unweighted version. What I want to do here is hinge. Drive my hips back. Make sure that this position so you can see me a little bit better. Drive your hips back. Shoulders are back. Lats are engaged. Make sure you're hitting that hinge, because then the idea is when I go into my swings, I'm going to be primed, and I'm going to know exactly how my body should move when I do that exercise. So there you go. Go ahead and rest. You're warmed up. You're ready for your kettlebell workout. Thank you so much for watching. Go check out my website at kettlebellbasics.net. We have all kinds of free videos like this one, kettlebell workouts, tons more resources for you. Go over and check it out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time.